man, we are here, and today is a special one. How can I do this, man? Because I've had ball players, I've had a few barbers, but I don't feel like I've had a barber and just a businessman of this magnitude down here. So I got to give him his fair shake in terms of the resume. So hold on, give me a chance. Let me read this off. And G, if I have anything wrong, correct me or add whatever you want to add in. So of course, owner of G's Clippers, one of the largest all-black barbershops in the Midwest. Started in '95, right?
Yes, sir.
And G's is partnered with Network Health in the shop. We're going to get into that because I've never saw that before. So I want the motivation behind that. And G's also sponsors Real Men Talk.
Real Men, Real Talk,
A safe place for men of color to build and connect. So that's dope. We'll definitely get into that. Where I met the man, he was the owner of Skybox, had a stake in that company, a restaurant. We'll get into that. Various other partnerships in the area, Milwaukee Bucks Brewers just being some. Former sponsor of AfroFest.
Yeah.
I want to talk about that. That's where I saw you too, and that's dope. But just a pillar in the community. Father, mentor, man of God, all of that. So we got the man Gaulien Smith in the building, Smith Jr.
All right.
So what I like to do, G, is I like to start from the beginning. I want the childhood, where you from, just to establish that. Then we're gonna work our way through it. So originally, sir, I know you're from Milwaukee, but we're about in Milwaukee.
Born and raised, man. 7th and Milwaukee. First of all, man, thanks for having me.
Yes.
Yes, I grew up right on the corner of 7th and Milwaukee, right across the street from Green Bay Avenue School.
Okay. Siblings?
Yeah, I got 5 brothers and 1 sister.
Where do you?
I'm second to the youngest.
Second to the youngest.
My parents literally had 7 kids in 7 years. The girl being the oldest. Yeah. And then 6 boys, all back to back. Yes.
So what was the dynamic? You being basically being it, baby. What was the dynamic with you guys?
I mean, very close family, man.
Yeah.
You know, my parents, you know, were really big on family. You know, raised in church.
For sure.
You know, that's quite a bit of money for parents to be sending 6 boys to the barbershop every other week. So one of us had to pick up the children.
Yeah.
So you know, it was a lot of fun. You really learned how to, you know, share. You know, growing up, really learned, you know, what true hard work was like. You know, my pops was a Milwaukee County Transit driver.
Okay.
And
Shout out to him.
Smith and Sons Home Improvement.
Okay.
You know, so all of us got our hands in, you know, home improvement work. You know, from working with pops.
For sure. That's dope. So in terms of just your childhood, I'm gonna turn up this drive real quick, but we can still talking. Did you play sports? What did y'all do as a family in terms of your siblings? Was it sports? What was it?
Wrestle with each other, man, and of course we all grew up playing basketball for the most part, man. You know. You know, right across the street from Green Bay Avenue School, all them basketball courts.
Oh, for sure.
And,
for sure.
You know, the lights came on at nighttime. A lot different than it is today.
Yeah.
You know, we playing basketball to 12, 1 o'clock in the morning sometimes.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Now, in terms of elementary, did you go to Green Bay right across?
I went to Green Bay Avenue School, man.
Cool,
I went to Parkman Middle School and then North Division High School, so all my neighborhood schools. So I walked each one of my schools.
Shout out to the Blue Devils, man. Class
Blue Devil.
What class did you graduate in?
89.
89. My AAU coach went to.
What's his name?
Dale Young.
Dale, he had to be after me.
Okay. And
how old is Dale?
Dale got to be like 51, 52.
Yeah, he's just a few years younger than me. I'll be 55 this year.
Okay. And then you said we talked about Pastor Harvey or Bishop Harvey went to North. Man, shout out to the Blue Devils, man. So
where did you go?
I went to Dominican.
Oh, okay.
So the North Lincoln was gone by the time you went to. It was long gone. Okay. So G, I need the story. I need the exclusive in terms of you picking up the Clippers. What was the motivation on picking up the Clippers?
I mean, you know,
I need that story.
Like I said, my pops, you know, raising 6 boys, man, all of us, you know, just 1 year apart. And he was far from a barber, never had no schooling at all. But he used to cut our hair. You know, some Walgreens clippers, man, just cut us all one length, no edge up, no edge up at all. Of course, no taper. Tapers really wasn't even out for the most part back then. But you know, and sometimes he didn't get a chance to get to us. So I asked my mom, you know, could I cut myself? You know, come on here, and she's like, all right, have it turn out. You're going to school just like that. So I'm like, how hard could it be? Man? So I started off just cutting my own hair.
Mm-hmm.
And, then, before long, I learned how to adjust those clippers and start edging myself up. And then, my brothers took note.
Okay.
And, of course, any household with 6, boys in it, we got all the fellas in the neighborhood at our house all the time. So I had a lot of practice. So by the time I was, 14 years old, I had a regular clientele out of my mom's house. So
how much were you charging back in the day?
$5.
Same here.
Actually, when I first started, I wasn't charging anything.
Yeah.
I mean, it was free. I was just learning the craft. You know? And,
for sure.
When I saw the guys that kept coming back, and I'm like, okay, well, I need to start, making some money off this.
Let me ask you, G, when you first started with the craft, what was something you was really good at? And what was something you was like, I need some practice on this in terms of cutting?
Well, I never really went to the next thing until I was really confident in what I was doing on myself, or like my brother Corey, he's the only one younger than me. So it was all one length, man. Once I got good with doing all one length in the edge up, and then that's when we started doing the fades, the high top jumps. But I mean, I would like to think that, once I got the hang of it, I can't remember, and this is, of course, all humbleness. I can't remember really messing somebody up to the point where it can be fixed. A guard came off
for sure.
Went a little lower on the sides. Thank God that didn't happen at the top.
For
But the
sure.
size, just take the size lower.
Okay.
But no, I mean, as far as really messing somebody up, man,
can't
I mean, razor usage, when, I started using razor, I feel like I needed, some work with that. But all in all, man, it was, it came so natural to me. Because by the time I went to barber and cosmetology school, when I was 21, I mean, I really didn't learn too much anything from going to school, with the exception of safety and sanitation.
For sure.
Safety and but in terms of the craft, I was helping the instructors, with helping some students.
You know what? That is not the first time I've heard that, because I interviewed a couple more barbers, and they said, they in the shop cutting before they went to school. When they got to school, they showing the barber how to take out ball lines and all that. So that made me just worried about
it. I mean, it is very common. I think majority of the brothers that cut hair, they've been doing it before they actually went to school anyway. So and for the most part, a lot of the instructors, at least when I went to school, with some white women, they don't, really cut, African American hair on a regular basis anyway, and fading and all of that. So they like having barbers come through like me,
for sure,
like me, and they knew that they could count on me to help them, help some students out, and I did that all through barber and cosmetology school, and I went full time, so I didn't go apprenticeship. I was at barber college, barber and cosmetology school 8 hours a day for a full year.
So when you graduated North, did you go in that little gap? Were you still just cutting in the neighborhood, or?
I was cutting in the neighborhood, man. I worked at the post office. Downtown. I worked there second shift. And cutting hair on the weekends, cutting hair in the evenings, or before I went to work. Well, not necessarily in the evenings. Every now and then I would cut some hair in the evening, but I didn't get off work until like 11 o'clock, so before I went to work mainly.
So let me ask, man, that's a lot, man. Where did that work ethic come from? Because you got
Pops, Pops, you understand it. Pops.
Speak on it.
Pops really never really worked overtime from Milwaukee County Transit. He had to be there at 4 a.m. And he was done by 12, so that was just 8 hours. By 12:45, 1 o'clock, he was working on somebody's house. He was either building a deck on the back of their house, the fence around their house. It was big. He was really known for his decks and fences and basement designs. Like Pops will wreck out a basement, man, or attic. So he did that for years, man.
Was he soloed, or did he have a team?
I mean, he had a couple guys, and then he had us.
Okay.
He had us. So all of us worked with Pops at some point in time. So the hard work ethic, man, came from that.
So it was embedded.
Actually, man, when I went into the barbershop after I graduated from school, I kept my job for at least a year. Probably closer to 2 years, because I said I didn't want to quit my job until I can say I was at least doubling my, until I was making my paycheck in the barbershop.
Smart.
Well, I didn't quit that second job until I was doubling my check. on a consistent basis.
Yeah.
And before long, man, I was like, okay, it's time
to go.
Hang up,
So I need you to speak on what barber school was it? Was it MA
IBA.
IBA?
What was called Pro Schools of Cosmetology on 68th and Capitol Drive.
Okay.
It was a private barber and cosmetology school. It's no longer there right now.
Okay.
I was the last graduating class, actually. Yeah, that was back in 1992.
What was the inspiration to go to that one? Because I know everybody said they go to MATC. So what was the
MATC? I think I don't totally recall, man, but I think it was a wait list.
Okay.
And I know that the private school, they was able to get me in.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad I went to the private school.
Yeah,
man.
for sure.
A lot of, it wasn't like systematic, know, in terms of what how the classes went, if you will.
Yeah.
It was so loose in terms of the instruction there.
Okay. So you get through barber school and you go on full time. That's a first time I've heard that too. And you still working at the post office. So you get to graduation, you graduate, get your degree. Now, what's the plan? Is it, let me get into a shop, let me still continue to just do my own thing outside of the shop? What was the plan? What was the motive? What was going on?
Well, I worked in Carol's New Image. Carol's New Image was a 4-chair barbershop right off the corner of Capitol and Fond du Lac, on Fond du Lac.
Yeah.
It's now, if you go past it now, it's a cell phone store.
Okay.
But it's right by the bus stop on Fond du Lac and Capitol Drive on Fond du Lac, which is on the southwest corner.
Yeah.
I was right there, man, for 3 years. And I decided June 1st, 1995 to open my own shop. Well, I decided before that. I actually opened June 1st, 1995.
Let me ask you, G, because it's one thing to be a really good barber, but then it's another thing to want to become a business owner.
Right.
So what was the motivation to be like, okay, I want to start my own thing? What was that?
Well, that was just that I just felt that the shop I was working in, God rest her soul, man, Carol, it was called Carol's New Image.
Yeah.
And it was I just had a different vision, if you will, for a barbershop that my clients would come to.
Yeah.
So it was that was a salon and a barbershop. But I just had my aspirations on just having a certain shop, man, that caters to men in a special way in terms of the decor, in terms of the conversation that's held in there, the professionalism. And it was just time for me to, man, I think that, entrepreneurship was in my DNA.
Oh, for sure. You saw it.
Yeah. I mean, exactly. I saw it growing up. And, man, it was time. I felt like it was time. 3 years, working at someone else's shop, I feel like it was time.
Yeah. Now, G, just in terms of like funding the shop and just getting that part handled, the finances. What was the plan for that? Was it, okay, let me get a group together or get a loan? What was the plan for that?
No, and I would never recommend nobody getting a loan starting out anyway.
Yeah.
You want to, show the, financial institutions that you believe in your vision enough that you're going to put your money, in. For sure. So I didn't borrow no money to open G's at all when I first opened G's. But I understand, man, it didn't take a whole lot.
Yeah.
I think I had $5,000 I had saved up. And I had, it was a small shop. It was a 6-chair shop.
Okay.
So I bought the 6 barber chairs. Me and my brother and them, we put down the black and white checkered tile floor and the countertops, put the countertops on the wall and put the mirrors from Home Depot or whatever, Menards, on the wall and put lighting in there, man. We was in business. Yeah. Got the waiting room chairs and stuff. The decor on the walls. Yeah. But I didn't borrow any money until I decided to buy the building. Until the building came available to me. That was back in 1998. Okay. I want to say. Yeah. 3 years after I opened. Yeah. And then that's when I purchased the building. And that's when and the building was 2 storefronts. Okay. And 4 apartments upstairs.
And was this the building on Fond du Lac, right? The building on Fond du Lac.
4323. I was in that location for 22 years.
And G, I read something really cool and just dope. You strategically wanted to pick a certain location just because you wanted to impact the area. Yeah. Speak on that, because that's cool. So just speak on that.
I mean, I always felt like it was important, man, to be in the community that that takes care of you, and that you got to understand. I mean, Fond du Lac and Sherman, you got a lot of African Americans that live over there. I'm not saying that we only cut black folks' hair, but that was the bulk of people that we serviced, you know. So why not be right there, you know, in the community? And you know, by year 3, you know, when I was opening my own shop, year 3 after working at Carol's, you know, here I am in year 3 now opening my own shop. I had enough experience in the barbering industry to know that owning a barbershop is more than just helping people look good, if you will, or making people look good. We have more of a responsibility as a barbershop, you know, so why not open up a barbershop in the inner city, man?
Yeah, for
in
sure.
the heart of the community, heart of the city, you know, where we can truly impact that community in so many different ways. So that's why I strategically wanted to be right there. And that's one of the busiest intersections in the city of Milwaukee.
Yeah, for sure.
On Fond du Lac and Sherman.
So, G, in terms of just being over there, what were some, just opening a new business, what were some, you know, I'm not going to say problems, but what were some challenges just for you at first,
well,
first getting started?
I think almost every entrepreneur will say this. When opening up a business, I think the biggest challenge is finding quality help. And learning how to truly delegate, learning how to develop people. You know, you see more in them than they see in themselves. You know, so I think that was the most challenging part. You know, like, oh my God, how the heck do I motivate this dude? How the heck do I let this, you know, dude know that he could, all he got to do is tweak here, tweak there, and he would be a monster in this industry. So I think that was probably one of the most difficult things. I think.
Man, just speak on the conversations that you had with Pops and letting Pops know, like, Pops, I'm gonna get my own barbershop one day, man. What did you have conversations with him just to pick his brain about that?
Well, no, I mean, you know, I mean, Pops knew that it was coming. He knew it was in me. He knew that you know, that I would one day open my own barbershop because I've been doing it for so long. And you know, I don't think we had necessarily a sit-down conversation as much as we just had, you know, just casual conversation about me opening up one day. You know, so it came to no surprise at all to him, my mom's.
For sure.
You know,
For sure. And rest in peace to Pops, too.
Yeah, thanks. And Moms, too, man. Mom passed away as well.
Rest in peace to Moms, too.
Pops died in 2006, and my mom died in 2009.
Okay. Yeah, rest in peace. And that's beautiful. They got to see it.
No doubt.
So, G, you get rolling with your first location after how many years in terms of business partnerships that you got? What was the first partnership that you formed?
Ooh, that was back, I want to say, when I remodeled the shop on Fond du Lac Avenue and put the Milwaukee Bucks floor down in Senator Cole at the time. You know, rest in peace. Senator Cole allowed me to use the logo on the floor. He got me in touch with the company that actually did and maintained the Bradley Center's floor at that time. And he put the stripes down, the logo in the middle of the floor. So I think that was my first actual partnership. But believe it or not, I really didn't start having a structured partnership until COVID. Yes.
Yeah, so
5 years ago.
So G, I want you to walk us through how you were able to get a partnership with a company, just being you your own entity, and how do you go? What's the thought process? Okay, I like that company, I want to get with them. How do you go about that?
Well, you gotta understand, man. You gotta know your worth.
For sure.
And you gotta know how many people come in your business.
Yeah, for sure.
Those are impressions. These brands will have these companies will have their brand in front of all of these people that come through your barbershop every single day you're open. So I thought about why not have, I mean, it's almost like you see NASCAR. NASCAR, you know, they got all the logos on the cars, you know, and that's probably one of the, there's more money in that than any other sports.
Sure.
In terms of branding and marketing. So I'm like, how can I position myself? You know, and I started just thinking, and I think I talked to Peter Fagan, who was the president of the Milwaukee Bucks. And he helped me out, gave me some, insight. He said, gee, listen, man, Exactly. Yeah, I could be your first one. You have an official partnership with the Milwaukee Bucks, and the rest was history, man. Milwaukee Brewers came about. You know, my man Jim at Playmakers.
Playmakers make all the sense in the world.
I could go on and on, man. When I tell you the partnerships that I've had, and now I got Varsity Blood Center, Wisconsin. You know, Freighter Hospital, Network Health. I mean, I have my man. Anthony Staten, who have a company that he have a school that licensed truck drivers. He's CDL.
Yeah.
So he's a partner now, and so what I do with that partnership, what you get as a business, and actually Kid Town too, man, which is I can't even call it a daycare because it's more than a daycare. It's an academy for kids. But what that avails a partner is, you know, they pay me a flat fee, and I do a 3-year partnership.
Okay.
And what happens is I have a 55-inch color TV in the front of G's Clippers, in the corner in the corner, and you have your logo or commercial in rotation, all open hours.
Oh, that's cool.
You have your logo embroidered in one of the jerseys of one of the uniforms of one of the barbers. You have your logo on the back of a barber chair. Just, you know, they have their brand in front of these thousands of people that come through G's Clippers every single week. So it was a no-brainer. I really believe any barber shop can do it. I mean, if they really, you know, I guess, you know, we just don't think about, you know, what people would pay for, and we don't look at the worth. That we don't look at that as, you know, value, meaning having all these people sitting there waiting for haircuts and looking at a TV or looking at what you have on, looking at a chair and realize that, you know, I can monetize this.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's pretty much all I did.
For sure. So, G, shout out to you on that. And I want to get back to that. But in order to get partnerships, your brand and your skill set got to be at a certain level. So I want to tap into your barber skill set, because out of all the interviews I've watched people do for you, they've never tapped into that. And I cut hair, so I feel like I can ask you certain stuff just about, you know, clippers and all that. So in terms of clippers, I need to know what's your go-to. What was your go-to starting out, and what do you use now? Because I got a box right here of some stuff, just a few clippers, and I got my little go-to. So the first time I saw you, actually, I saw you with the fast feeds. Yeah. So I just need to know your lineup, man, and what you're using right now.
I only use Andes now.
Only use Andes?
Only use Andes. I mean, you got to understand, and Andes is a community partner. They spend money for branding with G's Clippers.
Yeah.
But even if they wasn't spending money, I would still use Andes. They're very reliable.
Yeah.
You know, they've been out for us for some time now. And I'm sure you might find a clipper here or there that you like better, you know, but I think it's all in what you get used to.
Yeah.
You know, but in terms of dependability, Andes get it done.
Yeah.
Andes get it done, and they treat me good, man.
Yeah.
And I have a long-standing relationship with Andes Clipper Company. I mean, we actually test out a lot. No clipper has came out in the past 20 years that G's Clippers did not touch.
Yeah.
You know, where we had access to the clipper before it came out to the public.
Yeah. So
we've been doing that for some time.
So T outliner, master guy for life, right? What about using the T outliner what about it just made you just feel like, this is me?
Well, I mean, you know, T outliner, you're able to make curves.
Yeah.
You know, once you learn how to manipulate that blade in terms of just touching just the corner of the blade, and you realize you ain't got to lay it down.
Yeah.
You know, you can make designs, you can make circles. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, and they're very dependable, man.
Yeah.
You know, but now I haven't used a plug-in clipper in some time.
Oh yeah, for sure.
100% of the clippers I use
all cordless.
All cordless.
So
you've done a great job with the cordless.
Yeah. So in turn, and I got the T outliner right here, man, the cordless joint. So G, and I don't want to age you, but I know using corded and cordless, what was the transition for you? How long did it take you to go cordless, or was it like right away?
I didn't believe in it, man.
You ain't believe in it?
It took me right before COVID, maybe 2019.
Yeah.
2019, 2020. And I mean, I'm a believer. Because you understand, the first few cordless clippers, the power just wasn't there.
Yeah.
And the battery longevity wasn't there.
Yeah.
Now here we are, man. You know, now a few years, and they constantly, you know, upgrading everything, you know, technology and such.
Yeah.
You know, so
in terms of Andes, What's your favorite? If you had to give like a top 3 just Andis products in terms of clippers and trimmers, what would you say your favorite are?
Masters number 1 by far.
Let me get it out, man.
Masters.
Let me get it out, man. Let me.
Masters,
so speak on the Masters one time.
Masters number 1. I mean, is the most reliable clipper you can find in my opinion.
Yeah.
But like I said, I'm partial too, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm dedicated to Andis. You know,
for sure.
I'm locked in.
For sure.
You know, for a few reasons.
Yeah.
You know, but Andis still don't disappoint.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're reliable.
So, I'm with you. So do you use the detachables at all, or you just strictly just?
I use detachables.
Okay.
Yeah, the Andis has detachable.
Yeah.
Clippers. I mean, it's much easier at times, you know, to accomplish it, and you got the consistency there. You know, I mean, I will pick up a guard, you know, a plastic guard sometimes, but you got to understand plastic guards, you know, especially if you got your clipper cut close, it can start eating into the plastic, and then your length is compromised that you're trying to get to. So when you're using detachables, man, you guarantee it's going to be the same.
Oh, for sure.
Same length, yeah.
For sure. And now that I got you down here, G, I need you to settle the debate. Enhancements, natural. I got the OG down here. Speak on it. Speak on it, man.
I got 2 clients.
Speak on it.
I got 2 clients, man, that like enhancements.
Yeah.
And I can't shake them.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I used to be really adamant about whatever the clippers and this blade.
Yeah.
Can't do, ain't getting done in my chair.
Yeah.
That's just how it was, you know. But you know, they got me a couple of, you know, I got 2 clients.
Yeah.
That, and you know, I don't really cut a lot of people now. I mean, I stopped cutting totally for about 2 years. I just got back to cutting my VIP. I ain't gonna say when I stopped totally for them 2 years.
Okay.
I went down to just maybe about 7 clients, 8 clients, and started focusing in other areas.
Yeah.
But now, as of late, I have been, you know, picking up a few more clients.
Okay.
But I don't think I'll ever go back to more than 3-4 days a week.
I get it.
Cutting, because I don't want to lose sight of really building, you know, the shop and really, you know, branching off and doing that next thing. You know?
So just one more question, just about when the enhancement wave came around, did you have to be like, man, I don't want to, but let me pick up a few enhancements, let me learn it, let me just have it, so just in case I got these 2 cats, I can do it?
No, I never looked at it from that approach at all. I didn't feel like I had to learn it, you know.
Yeah.
Because you gotta understand, I mean, as people sweat, as they wash their hair, as they come out. So, and I never wanted to. What I don't like is what a lot of barber has done is used enhancements as a crutch.
Yeah.
You know, it should be an enhancement, not making a cut. They almost making fades with enhancement. Like, it's crazy. It's
spray on cut.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm with you.
And I'm more old school, man. Like I said, I mean, if whatever clippers and razor and I accomplishing, man.
Yeah.
You know, I understand when people taking photos.
Yeah,
for sure. They want the picture perfect look. You know, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it, but still, I think the clippers and razor can get it done.
I'm with you, man. So let's get back to in terms of your story. So you get the shop on Fond du Lac, you get the Bucks partnership. Then after that, what's going on with you in terms of like where you are in the business? And how many years in was the Bucks partnership?
The official partnership wasn't until like 19.
In terms of just the relationship. Okay.
Oh, we had a great relationship. You gotta understand, G's Clippers opened in 1995. I started cutting Ray Allen here. Well, Johnny Newman was my first buck I cut. He was my first buck I cut. And Johnny Newman, from Johnny Newman, not even a month or 2 months went by before Ray Allen. I started cutting Ray.
How was Ray, man? He was a cool cat, cool guy.
Ray and I still keep in touch.
Oh yeah,
still keep in touch with Ray.
Cool.
Good dude, man. Ray Allen and I, man, really go back. I done been to his home in Connecticut, his home in Miami. You know, I know his whole family, his sisters, his brother. You know, really dope relationship over the years. Of course, you know, you cutting Ray Allen's hair on the team, all the younger guys on the team. You know,
for sure.
Ray, who cut your hair, who coached your hair, and then the floodgates start opening up. You know, and then before long, any visiting player. If they was on a 6-7 game road trip, you know, they asked the Bucks players, who cut, your hair? Who cut your hair? Then I started cutting hair. So I mean, I counted at one point, man. You know, I used to not really keep in touch with how many, keep track, if you will, of how many how many celebrities I've cut.
Yeah.
Man, it's been over like 200, 250. We talking about singers. 112, you know, the group 112, you know, Q is still my main man.
That's dope.
So I cut all of their hair, but Q still to this day, you know, we keep in touch whenever you come to Milwaukee. You know, we link up. When I go to Atlanta, we link up. Rico Love.
Shout out to Rico.
Yeah, that's my man. That's my little bro for real. I love that dude. I mean, I can go on and on, man. And then, you know, visiting players, I cut, you know, Shaquille O'Neal at least 5 occasions. Kobe Bryant, you know, cut his head twice, you know.
Speak on Kobe one time. Did he come to the shop, or you had to go to the...
You understand, when I cut Kobe's hair, man, that was doing his case. You know, so it was that Denver, Colorado case he had going on. And when I cut his hair, you know, Tim Thomas hit me. He said, gee, man, Kobe he need a haircut, man. Are you able to take care of him? I said, you know, yeah, when, or whatever. At any rate, he connected with his security.
Okay.
So I ain't talked to Kobe. He connected with the security. At that point, Kobe had one security outside the hotel room and one security in the room with him. Yeah. And he was really, not really talkative at all. Me, I can get anybody to talk. I'm good at cold conversation.
Yeah, for sure.
So I kept, talking about different stuff, and I wasn't getting a lot back until I started talking about movies.
Yeah.
And Kobe is a movie. He was a movie buff, man.
Yeah.
Man, we talked. So he wouldn't take pictures. Got one picture with him. He wouldn't take pictures. He's really going through a lot, man. He had a lot of death threats and stuff. It was a lot going on during that
wild
time.
For
a lot of people really don't understand exactly what dude was really going through with that whole case. But I was right there in the thick of all that. And then when he came back, I cut his hair, which things was a little lighter, but he was still at the security in his room and outside the room while I was there. So great guy, man.
Yeah, that's
really a cool dude though. But when I tell you a movie buff, extreme movie buff.
Yeah. So did he have the nappy fro at the time, or was he rocking the low cut? Low
cut with the temple and in the back tapered out. Yeah.
That's dope, man. So did you ever think about just being like a personal travel barber, or you always just wanted to be in the shop?
Nah, you understand. I think if you look at my social media, it really speaks. I gotta think about posting pictures of haircuts.
Right.
So I never, to me, being a traveling barber and taking care of celebrities. Yeah. To me, that's not owning a business. That's not a true entrepreneur.
I hear you.
Because if I'm not out cutting these people hair, I'm not making no money.
Right.
So my mindset, being an entrepreneur, is incorporating the efforts of others for financial gain. For sure. For them and for me.
For sure.
So I never ever once thought about opening up have no knock against anybody to open up the the traveling vans or whatever. Now you got guys doing buses and stuff. But that means you always gonna be the one working, doing, manning it, and But me, I always. My thought was to work on duplicating myself, and having some quality guys in the barbershop, being able to take care of their families, man,
for sure.
in a peaceful environment, really enjoying their craft, and then me making money also, So that's what that's what's always been about for me. So I never thought about just being a straight celebrity barber.
I hear you. So G, we want to keep going with the story, and I want to speak on. You was a sponsor for Afro Fest.
Actually, I was on the board of directors.
You was on the board of directors. So
I was one of the 13 board members that helped African World Festival for a couple of years.
So Afro Fest, a staple in our community. It was a big thing because I actually worked security there.
Oh, okay.
So it went away, then it came back. It was back for like a day. So just speak on just being a part of that, being on the board, and just the steps I had to take to bring it back, first of all, and just that whole situation.
Well, why it dissolved, you hear many stories or whatever, but what happened.
Right.
And at the time, Mark Wade was the president, and him and I we're good friends, and I decided to go ahead and be on the board because I felt like it was important, man.
Yeah,
that
for
we
sure.
had a festival, man, that can really celebrate our culture, if you will. You know, you have Asian Fest, you have Indian Fest, you have Mexican Fest, you know, all these different fests out there, man.
Yeah.
Why not us have a fest out there where we can truly, you know, celebrate us, you know, and it's not necessarily all about the music, and
sure.
artists and artists and artists, but truly, you know, educating our people on where we come from. You know, so we had information tents, man. We had, you know, books and things of that nature. I really like you know, being a part of really celebrating our culture.
Yeah, for sure. And now, are you a part of? I think it's African Arts Festival now. Are you a part of that now?
I've been
or?
a vendor. No,
Okay.
I've been a vendor there. You know, but yeah, doing a great work.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm excited, man, that, you know, they're back.
Yeah,
you know,
most definitely.
I mean, always support them.
Yeah, for sure.
Doing a good job, man. Got some great, you know, board members from what I can see, man. But yeah.
Man, dope, man. I hope it stays around because, like I said, I got memories of just going as a kid, going with my daycare center, going with my school, going with my parents, just going and just going to something that promotes us and celebrates us and our culture. So like the community needs it. I hope it stays around. So another thing I want to talk to you about, and I think this is the network health and how you were able to incorporate that in the barbershop. Like, just speak on that. And that was during COVID, right? When you was able to
right before COVID. So
just speak on that process, man, getting that into the barbershop.
Well, my dad died at just 62 years old back in 2006 from complications to colon cancer.
Yeah.
And just never got a colonoscopy, never got the checkup, never got the screening.
Yeah.
He finally had colon cancer, and it was really late in the diagnosis.
Yeah, for sure.
So he didn't live that long after the diagnosis. And so, you know, it was tough. You know, just 62 years old, man. All of us are still yet young. You know, we grown men, of course, and women. You know, my siblings, you know, but, you know, like Pops never got to see my boys. I had my, you know, first child when I was 37 years old, my last child when I was 38, but Pops passed away before both of them was born.
Yeah.
So basically, man, I wanted to be a part of, or try to find a way, man, that I can, you know, get guys, you know, aware of their, you know, their numbers, meaning, you know, their blood sugar levels, their, you know, their hypertension or not. Are they going to get these screenings, prostate screenings, colon cancer screening? So I had a really good friend, man, Wendy Collins. Wendy Collins worked for a medical insurance company, and she came to me and she's like, gee, I mean, you know, like, I think we could make something happen. You know, I could get the company to sponsor, and you got room. You know, what are you doing with that room in the back there? You know, so at that time, I was in between like nail techs or whatever, because that's what was in that room, which is now the clinic.
Yeah.
Long story short, man, she made it happen. They sponsored me, man, for the first 2 years. And Freighter was always on board. So Freighter, Freighter, I mean, having the biggest, you know, most respected hospital in the state of Wisconsin, Freighter, as a partner was huge. It still is huge. So Freighter supplies the nurses. And Network Health, who is now my partner, supplies the programming. You know, and we do a lot there, man. We do so much. So with the help of Wendy, man, I gotta give all praise and thanks, man, to Wendy, man, because she used her position in that company. She used her know-how. She used her relationships, you know, to basically bring something about that has never been done before.
No, I've
put a health clinic in the barbershop. Think about it, man. You don't have a lot of people that guys that really go to the, you know, we have too many guys dying at just a, you know, very young age from preventable illnesses. You know, so I'm like, these guys not going to the doctor. Why not bring the doctor to them?
Right.
So we literally have doctors and RNs, NGs, clippers every single Friday. You know, the clinic is open, and we do at least one Saturday a month. and then we plan on adding days to that as well. So we've been open 5 years now? 6 years with the exception of COVID, where they closed for like a year and a half during COVID. And we did COVID vaccinations. We still do vaccinations, flu shots and such. Blood glucose levels. We check your blood. We do blood draws. We do check your blood pressure. We do dermatology. Actually, we got dermatology workshop there next week where we have actual physicians there. You come, you got some on your skin or your hair or whatever, wondering like, what the heck is this on my skin? Blah blah blah. You got actual doctors there, that's assisting. We just had, another CPR training. We do stop the bleed training. We do Narcan training. We do it all. We do it in terms of making the public aware of what's going on, informing the community the best we possibly can in different areas and facets of life. What you see in G's Clippers is how I envisioned barbershops were back in the early 1900s. Where we truly was the heartbeat of the community, where good news was shared, where a lot of times the barber was the doctor, the barber was the politician, the barber was the pastor, And so now what I'm doing now, man, is just taking it back to the old school.
For sure. For sure.
Where now I create a safe space for politicians to come and speak to the constituents. I've been a part of having buses take people to the polls. I was a registrar, for a couple elections where you could come to G's Clippers and register yourself to vote.
Oh, that's awesome. That's dope.
We do a safe space in G's Clippers called Real Men, Real Talk, which is just a safe space for men.
Yeah, let's speak on that. Speak. How did that come about? What was the motivation for bringing that about?
Well, I always knew it was needed. From just being, and I'm sure you see it from cutting hair. The conversations you had with some of your guys, and you could tell how torn they are, man. And, the weight that they're carrying sometimes, man, and they put a lot on you sometimes. So it's like, there's a need.
For sure. Most definitely.
So, man, Tasha, who heads the Milwaukee Fatherhood Initiative.
Okay.
Her and I had a conversation at a networking event, and she said that she can help with organizing it and such. And then I said, well, I got the perfect host, Kwabena Antone Nixon, man, which is my main man, community activist, author, poet, amazing moderator, host. So I talked to him, and he was all on board. This was 7 years ago, bro. 7 years ago. When I tell you, man, the impact that we have had on guys, man, saving guys' lives, man, you won't believe the amount of guys, man, that have talked about that they have, thought about committing suicide, attempted suicide, come from broken homes, man, don't even know who their father is, never met their father, grew up in an abusive household, but they still is expected to be a man. They expected to not show the cracks in their armor, and they do it. But at the same time, they torn, trying to live somebody that they're not. So I know that Real Men, Real Talk has definitely been a blessing to the community and so many other brothers out here.
And I want you to plug how many days a month do y'all do it? Is it every Wednesday, every Thursday?
Real Men takes place every third Monday of the month at 5 p.m. Thanks for mentioning that. Every third, it just passed last week, Monday, but every third Monday of the month. 5 p.m. We feed them, man. It's sponsored well by the county, the Fatherhood Initiative, WCS, Unite Wisconsin, Bria Grant's company. When I tell you we feed the guys, man, I mean really good meals, man. Really, we got to cater every single third Monday of the month, 5 p.m. I encourage as many men as possible to come.
Sure.
We average between 75, 100, 150 guys, so it's a big group.
Yeah, that's dope.
And we have a topic every month, but we always going off topic.
Okay, I was just gonna ask you, is there like an outline set up to talk about, or is it just like y'all just free for all?
It is, man, but we always 100% of the time we go off topic, man, because of some guys that really need to get some stuff off their chest. And you hearing another dude showing his his vulnerability, telling us about, his struggles, what he went through and still going through. And then this dude here and hear it, and he talks about how oh man, I went through the same thing, man. This is what I did to,
they could be linked
through,
yeah.
Man. So our conversations always go, man, however, the need is.
Yeah. And G, let me ask you this, just in terms of being a barber, yeah, you can be nice cutting hair, but you have to have people skills.
That's more important than the craft to me.
So do you think in schools and barber schools they should have you take some type of classes on speaking to people? You think that should be in the curriculum too?
What you're speaking of is soft skills. Soft skills going to take you further in this industry than your skill set alone.
Yeah.
I saw it firsthand. You got guys, man, with mediocre skills, just average skills, have a larger clientele than that dude that's a monster.
Nice, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's all because of the people skills.
Yeah, for sure.
Because they truly understand that we take care of clients, not customers.
Yeah.
It's a big difference. We're selling a service.
Yeah.
We're not selling a product. We selling an experience.
Yeah.
So that's where client comes in.
Yeah.
Customer, man, you got an item in exchange for money, or goods. But we take care of clients, true clients. So individuals that truly understand their calling and what they agreed to do with becoming a barber, they truly understand, what their calling is, man. Those are the most successful ones, man. Those ones that truly, like. People know I done cut a lot of celebrities' hair. I ain't never been, no knock against guys that say I'm a celebrity, celebrity barber. I ain't never been looked at as a celebrity barber. I take care of everybody the same way, whether they're athlete, man, corporate guy in the C-suite, or your average everyday, hustler, or, high school, student. I treat everybody the same exact way. But I think it's definitely important. That's one of the things that I want to do. I just really got on this, man, the last few years. I talked about it, but I never really, really made effort to do it, and that's open up a barber college.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you that.
Private barber college, because what you just mentioned, see, you understand the importance of it. I could tell by how you framed the question. I mean, that is extremely important. Again, man, because, we have more of responsibility than to just help people look good, man. For sure. Dude, you got guys, man, sitting in our chairs be torn, and they be just wanting to, ear sometimes, man, or they telling you the stuff, so they want some guidance too. So I ain't saying that we need to be, therapists, but although it won't hurt.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't. But
some type really get coached up a little bit on therapy.
And G, you ain't got to give a story, but have you ever just like been in the chair you cutting and somebody lay something on you so heavy where you like, man, I ain't even know you was gonna go there with that.
Many times, man.
Yeah.
Many like, times. Man. Now it's like I ain't gonna say I expect it.
Yeah.
But it don't surprise me at all. Man. I mean, I done had some guys tell me some deep stuff.
And you like, So G, let me just ask you this, man. Just with all the initiatives and stuff you got going on in the shop, what have been the effects you've seen in the community just from all the stuff you got going on at G's, man?
I mean, individuals, learning, about their health, I see that, I see more, more barbershops, being more conscious of their place in the community. My man Zoe, man, Zoe's barbershop over on Fine Lake Avenue is a really, really, really solid dude, man. I love Zoe. I love his, how he looks at the community and he understands his position in the community. So I'm not gonna say that's directly because of G and G's Clippers,
We had an influence.
I mean, you never know, but I just thank God, man, that you got guys that truly is stepping up, man, and going outside the four walls of their barbershop to do the work in the community, man.
For sure.
Because I think I know when you take care of the community that takes care of you, your community will continuously, look after you, take care of you, and make sure you good.
Man, salute to you. And a couple more points, man. So I initially met G. I used to drive semi for U.S. Foods. And U.S. Foods used to service Skybox.
Yep.
So on my manifest, it would give instructions how to do each stop. Yeah. And they like go over to the barbershop, get the keys and go. And it didn't say which barbershop. So when I pull up to the alley, I'm like, damn, I'm going to G's shop. I always wanted to meet you. But I wasn't really, my clientele wasn't that big. So when I met you, I'm like, man, how am I get in contact with this dude? I don't really got much to say. So that was the first time I met you. But just speak on just Skybox and how you were affiliated with them. What was the motivation behind getting into the restaurant business?
Well, my brother, Corey.
Okay.
And myself, and at that time, Mark Wade and Myron, and my cousin Myron. We thought of doing Skybox, a sports bar, right across the street from the barber shop. I thought it'd be, a good look, which it was amazing. Man. It was a great experience doing it with them, and then before long it came down to just me and Corey. As part of my brother Corey, and then I, the whole bar business just wasn't my thing, if you will. So I got out of it. And Royce, who we grew up with, man, since I was 10 years old, man. He was more like a brother. So him and Corey became partners. And then Royce ended up buying Corey out. And Royce was partner. I mean, where Royce was by himself.
Just doing the whole thing.
Running Skybox, but it was a good experience, man. It was cool. I mean, it was, although I had opened bars in the past, back in the late '90s, early 2000s, I opened up Lava Lounge, which was a nightclub downtown on Broadway, and I promoted parties for years, man. The First Fridays. Back in the 90s and early 2000s, which was a once a month party every first Friday of the month. Then the all black affair, the all white affair.
That was you?
Yeah. I started.
Come on, man. Come on,
started the all black affair, and all white affair for a few years actually. Then partners came, Mark Wade, my brother Corey, my cousin Myron, Lydell Ruffin, who lives in Texas now, doing some amazing things in Texas. But yeah, man, that started because I was cutting so many celebrities, man, that coming to the city of Milwaukee, athletes mainly.
And they needed something.
Dude, what is there to do here, man? We didn't have no, nightclubs, that they like. That was safe and, downtown area or whatever. So that's what made me decide to start doing parties, believe it or not. That was back in 1997, 1998. Tim Thomas was my partner. Tim Thomas played for the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yeah, for sure.
And him and I developed a really tight relationship. And I started doing, maybe for the first almost year, Tim Thomas and I was partners doing First Fridays. And then Jack, his security. My main man, Jack, who I still talk to this day. So we were partners doing parties, and then I was doing it by myself for a number of years. And that's what sprung the Lava Lounge nightclub. So it was cool, man. You gotta understand a barbershop, once you develop a name like G's Clippers had developed, a lot of the people that come to the city of Milwaukee, new to the city of Milwaukee, implants, workplace, your companies in the city, man, they all come, so they new to the city. So they want to find places to, to hang out, to go to, and so I knew the need. I knew there was a need for a nice spot. So that's what made me get into it as well.
Man, well, G, salute to you and Soul Food Sundays, man. Rest in peace to that, man. I wouldn't mind having a good meal Soul Food Sunday. Another thing I want to talk about before we get up out of here is just health. How old are you, G?
I'm 54, man.
54, man. You look good, man. 54.
I appreciate it, man.
You know what I'm saying? Look good. Everything's still in shape. So just speak on how do you prioritize your health? What do you do to just keep going? Is you eating a certain way? You working? Just speak on your health journey, man.
I'm not sure if you know, I run marathons.
Yep, I seen that.
So I've just completed the 6 major marathons. They just added a 7th one. Which I'm running in August. So I've ran Boston Marathon, Chicago Marathon, New York Marathon, Berlin, Germany, London, Tokyo, and now I'm about to run Sydney, Australia.
Pause. Did you run track in high school?
Never. My first time running 5 miles nonstop in my life, I was 40. I want to say 42, 43.
Okay. That's
so
not.
I don't even run it, man.
That's not. G, you can't just say your first time. What was the inspiration? I'ma just run today. What was it, man? Because that ain't normal.
My pops died at such a young age. Man. You know what I'm saying? And I see, the need there, man. To take care of yourself, man. Because we can't just expect to just live a long life doing whatever we want to do, eat what we want to eat, not working out. You got to be intentional, especially as you get older. I mean, I'm over half a century now. I'll be 55 years old at the end of this year. So it's like if I really wanted, I had young kids. My youngest now is 16, my oldest is 17. So I had my first child when I was 37 years old, man. If I want to be around to see some grandkids, and I want to be in great shape, man, I got to be intentional about working out. I mean, it ain't just gonna happen. No, as you age, man, you gotta be intentional about eating right, man. You gotta be intentional about knowing your numbers, going to your checkups, man, every 6 months to a year. You have to. You have to. So I mean, you can't expect, man, to just live forever, man, not being intentional about, living forever. And I always focus on, not just living a long time, but having a higher quality of life.
Yeah, for sure.
It's not about the quantity. If you ain't got the quality.
Yeah, most definitely.
Not living to be 98 years old, man, and I ain't coming out the house but twice a year.
Right.
Because I'm so, out of shape, or all these ailments.
I'm gonna challenge you, G. You got to start a run here, man.
Come on, man. I got grind.
Come on,
I got grind. 5 years, 6 years now.
I got to run one.
This is the second year in July. It's on your 5K.
I need
grind.
to be in it.
Grind is an acronym for G's Run in a New Direction.
Come on, man. Plug the people. Grind. Plug the. What was the motivation? What was the motivation?
I mean, again, same thing with the clinic, man. Because this happened. I've been doing, the grind before the clinic came about. So grind initially started about 10 years ago. Then I stopped doing it for a couple of years. You had COVID and all that. And then the clinic came about. But at any rate, the grind was a circle. It was 5K, which is 3.2 miles, and the start and the finish was at the same point. And I had, like the blood center there, checking people's blood pressure. I had all these different vendors. I had dietitians there, giving samples of healthy foods that people might not have tried. I had, juice place there with Manam Sabir. I forgot the name of his company at that time. His spot, he made smoothies and stuff there at Grind, and and we had just information tables. We had fitness trainers there, giving you resources and marketing their business. What they do.
For sure.
So I mean, that's why I did that, man.
Come on, man.
And I wasn't even thinking about doing a marathon when I was doing Grind. When I first started doing Grind.
When's the next one? Because I got to run it the next.
The second
one,
week in July.
I'm there, man. Where does the run?
Now we at Washington Park. So we meet right there at Washington Park, and I got a map of doing 3.2 miles.
I'm there.
Got the arrows and stuff, on the ground, and let you know which direction to go. And it's sponsored well, it's attended well. Got the T-shirts or whatever with Grind on it.
Oh, we there.
It's dope, man.
We there. Because I've been looking for a good run to do in the city, and in the fact that you, come on, man, say less. I mean,
just again, just doing the things I feel like a barbershop should do. Man. A barbershop should, be there to be a resource, for the community that he serves. Yeah,
for sure. So, gee, I'm blown away by all this stuff. I had no idea about the Grind. I did my research on the other stuff, but we there. July, that's my birthday. That's my birthday month too. So we there for sure.
When's your birthday?
July 30th.
Okay.
Yeah, so we will
2 weeks
be there.
before your birthday, man.
Yeah.
When was the last time you ran 3 miles? Non-stop.
It's been a while, but I used I'm a former athlete, so I constantly I'm used to that.
Okay, cool.
So that's work right there. So just speaking on fatherhood, just your experience with becoming a father. Yeah, you said your first child was at 37. So just speak on that, man. Give us some gems, man. Just with your journey with that. I want to hear the stories, man.
Fatherhood, man. Ain't no. It really is no playbook out there, man. One thing is for everybody.
Right.
It's just, only thing you can do, man, is try your best to encompass all the things that you have learned over the years, that you have been taught, and you have you aspire to be and try your best to instill as much of that in your kids as possible.
Yeah.
You know, and you got to be more intentional nowadays. You know, with raising your kids, man.
Yeah.
You have to. And all you can do, man, is just hope and pray, man, that it stick. You know, because you know, I always say that experience is not the best teacher, and that's what I try to tell my boys. Experience is not the best teacher. You ain't got to experience this. If I experienced it, just listen to me, man.
Yeah.
Just listen to me, man.
Real.
You ain't got to bump your head if
real.
I bump mine.
That's real.
You know, so if I tell you about it, I'm gonna really be in depth. I mean, I'm really, really big on being extremely transparent with my boys, man, to make sure they truly understand what it's like to be a man too, and you know, because you got a lot of guys out here, man, as fathers that's never really been taught how to be a father.
Yeah, for sure.
You got a lot of guys out here that's men now that really never been, you know, nobody really told them exactly how to be a man, and so with that being said, man, I'm trying to do my part.
Yeah.
You know, not only through my boys, but you know, any boy that sits in my chair, any boy that comes to that barbershop, if I see they're being misled or just period, you know, we get to talking, man. I got to make sure I let them know, man, you know, what the expectations is, but aside from the expectations, how to truly understand what self-care looks like too, because you can't help nobody else if you ain't helping yourself.
Yeah, for sure.
First.
For sure.
You know, so, but you know, fatherhood, man, is definitely a blessing, man. It's full of ups and downs, man. You know, sometimes your kids grab on to, you know, what you're saying, and then sometimes, you know, you like, I don't get it. Although, I'll be honest with you, I got two amazing boys, man.
Yeah, for
I've
sure.
never ever had a behavioral call ever.
Yeah.
I've never ever had a teacher, you know, call and say, you know, either one of my boys been acting up in school. Never, not even close.
Yeah.
Actually, I get just the opposite. You know, he's a joy to have in class. He a leader. You know, but not school is not for everybody.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, so which I understand that. I mean, of course, it's necessary to finish high school. That's a necessity. You know, but I talked to them, you know, about the importance of you have to go to at least trade school.
Yeah, learn something.
You got to make yourself valuable.
Yeah.
You got to make yourself hard to be replaced. You not just want a regular 9-to-5 job that they could just, you know, get rid of you in a heartbeat. No, you want to make yourself hard to get rid of.
For sure.
If it ain't your personality, you know, your hard work ethic, you got to have some certificates, some licenses behind your name. That's a must. To me, that's non-negotiable.
Yeah.
That's non-negotiable. You have to do that.
For sure. So, G, and salute to you on that, man. So, G, we spoke on everything. Now, we wouldn't be right. We from Milwaukee. You got the partnership with the Bucks. Just give me just the history of you just following the Bucks, some of your favorite teams, and then just what we got going on right now and what you think they're going to do with these playoffs coming up, man. Like you said, you used to cut Ray Allen. So just give me the history of you just being with the team.
Yeah, well, during that time, man, I was cutting almost the whole team. Almost the whole team.
Yeah.
And after that, for over 20 years, I was cutting pretty majority of the team. At least 70% of the players.
Yeah.
But my favorite team was probably when Ray and them went to Game 7 against the Philadelphia 76ers.
I think that was 0-1.
And and we ended up losing to them.
Yeah.
In Game 7, you know, that game, I went to the Eastern Conference Finals games in Philly. So I was there. That's when I used to travel with the team a lot.
Okay.
I used to go on a lot of their road trips. I had no kids then.
Yeah.
You know, I had owned G's Clippers.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I had flexibility, you know, going out of town, you know, hanging with them. You know, I had a great time. And I was around the age.
Yeah.
But that was probably one of my better teams, man, except until we just won, man.
Yeah.
This championship, man.
Were you at the finals, the championship game?
Not the championship game.
Okay.
But I went to at least 2 finals games.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, but I hate to see you speak of what's going on right now.
Yeah.
I hate to see Chris leave, man.
Yeah.
You know, Chris.
I saw the picture. You used to cut him, didn't you?
Really solid dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. I cut his head when he first came with the Milwaukee Bucks. And I hate to see him leave, man.
Yeah.
But it was necessary.
Yeah.
It was necessary, you know, like anything else, man. As you age, even God called the young, you know, in the church because of the vision, because of the health, you know, and such, you know, to help them carry out, you know, the vision. So I get it, and Chris gets it, you know, like he will never be the Chris of old, man. You know, although he still can give you 20, you know, without even trying, you know. But at the end of the day, I think we need that, you know, that wing, that athletic wing that can give us some points. I think we did good with getting Kuzma and Porter Jr. I really see a lot of promise. You know, right now, I mean, I think once they gel, you know, and just put a little bit more effort, man, I think we'll be fine. I really wish we still would have gotten a dog. You know, a defensive dog, defensive juggernaut. Like, you know, I think what really helped us win that championship, you know, without a doubt, Drew Holiday, probably one of the best defenders.
Oh, for sure.
Best defenders out there at his position. And then we had Tucker, man.
Yeah, shout out to PJ.
PJ, man, you know, those two. I mean, defense wins championships at the end of the day, man. You're not going to think you're going to win a championship just by outscoring the opposing team. It don't happen like that. The game slows down so much in the finals, man. In the playoffs, period, the game slows down, so you need that defense, man. You gotta be a good half-court defending team, man, as well as full court. But the game slows down, so the half-court defense,
that's
you know,
true.
really matters. So, I mean, I think that, you know, that we will sneak up on some teams. Right now, they don't even mention the Bucks in the conversation in terms of Eastern Conference Finals at all. We're not even in the conversation. You know, which I get it, you know, because Cleveland is playing amazing. It was shocking the heck out of me. They're doing amazing. And then
I gotta see
Boston, man.
I gotta see Cleveland in the playoffs.
Yeah,
so, man.
Like I said, you know, it's gonna change. It's definitely. Right now, Boston is still that team.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Is that team to beat right now?
For sure.
I mean, they the champs, you know. So I get it, you know, but I've been a Bucks fan, man, since I was old enough to really watch basketball with understanding. I've never wore another team's jersey, wristband, hat, never. I mean, I've been a true Wisconsin fan my entire life. I'm a Bucks fan, Brewers fan, Packer, Admiral, Wave,
all of it.
Period. I ain't never been to a hockey game, man, but I'm still a fan. I just believe in taking care of home, man. I don't understand how you could be in Milwaukee your entire life, man, and then put, you know, what teaches on, man. But, I mean, I understand you liking another team, man, but man, you've been in Milwaukee your entire life, and you not root for the team. Like I said, teachers on. You know, I mean, people know me. I don't even talk about my teams in a negative manner around non-Bucks fans, around non-Brewers fans. It's almost like I look at that as my family. You know, I'm not going to talk about my brothers, man, around some non-family. I even talk about my sister around some non-family. You know, I apply that to everything in life, man. I'm really loyal to. I mean, anybody who truly know me know I'm extremely loyal. When I rock with you, I really rock with you. I mean, really rock with you.
Well, shout out to you, G. So, G, you took us from Green Bay to Parkman to North to Barber School to Miss Carroll's to opening up G's and 95s, then the partnerships, Skybox, Network Health, the Bucks, the Brewers, Grind. I'm going to be there in July. Just all those things you were able to accomplish.
Impressive.
Yeah, man. All of them things you was able to accomplish. I just got to say salute to you. And the fact that you down here, we able to just talk and conversate, that's dope. That's dope. And real man, real talk, that too. Just all that stuff, man. So I ask this to every guest. The G you are now had to speak to young G, North Division G, Barber School G. What would you tell him? What's some game you would give him?
Stay the course.
Yeah.
Be patient. And please know you can learn from every and anybody.
Yeah.
Always listen more than you talk.
For sure. For sure. I like that, man. Simple. Mic drop. I like it, man. So, G, I'm 33. 2 kids, wife. You see what I got going on and just what I'm trying to attain. So if you got any game for me, I wouldn't be a smart man if I ain't asked no game. If you got any game to give me, G, just as a young guy just trying to come up in the city, and make my way. What would you tell me, man? What would you give to me?
You know, you married now, man. You got 2 kids. You young too, man. You definitely. I like what you done. How long you been married now?
5 years.
Okay, so you married at a young age.
Mm-hmm.
So you really are where you are because you got favor
Yeah.
on your life. You know, definitely got favor. So because you married,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you had kids by your wife, and y'all together. You know, it seems that y'all, got a good family,
Mm-hmm.
Structure going on, man. So one, I say, stay true to that because we all make mistakes, man.
Yeah.
And I mean, I am divorced. Now I believe I definitely will be married again. Someday. But I just the advice I would have to you, man, is just stay the course. Make sure you take care of your family the best way you possibly can. But you got to make sure you take care of you. Don't say you okay when you not.
That's real.
Don't try to act like you got all the answers, man. I believe that it's extremely important for men, to seek help. Even if it's just seeing a therapist, man, 1 week a year. Just to just do your self check. It's something that we take care of our cars better than we take care of our marriages and ourselves.
That's real.
Our cars, we get tune-ups. We do preventative stuff.
Yeah.
But when it comes to ourselves or our families, we wait until something is wrong.
Yeah.
Then we try to go, go see the therapist. So I would say, man, do preventative work. Stay on point, man. Take care of you. You gotta take care of Mark, man. You gotta. There's so many different, things out here, man, that could derail you if you give it energy. Just stay focused.
Yeah.
Stay focused, man. You can be all right. I get good energy from you, man. Get, good vibes. So you're gonna be all right.
Man, I appreciate you.
Just take care of yourself.
Appreciate you, G, man. That's going to take that to heart. And I'm going to do that because I definitely, it's times I need to work on that stuff, but I hear you. So, G, if you got anything left to say to the city before we get you to sign the board, man, anything you want to just say to the city, anything you want to push, promote, real man, real talk, just anything like that, man. Any just good words to say to the city.
Of course, like I mentioned before, man, real man, real talk. I mean, I'm really big on guys taking care of themselves, man, and realize that it's okay not being okay, but do something about it.
Yeah, for sure.
It's okay with not being okay, but do something about it. Because these seconds are still going, these minutes, these weeks, these years, man, still going. You don't want to, miss out on precious time, precious impact that you could be making, all because you are living somebody you not. You fronting being somebody that you not. You can't be that other person forever. The real you gonna come out at some point in time. So definitely I want to, talk about Real Men Real Talk, or encourage people to come to Real Men Real Talk every third Monday of the month at G's Clippers, 5 p.m. Come on down and to just make sure you look after your health. Get your checkups. You haven't gotten if you 50 years old or 45 years old, never got a prostate exam, never got a colonoscopy, get it done, schedule those appointments. If you feel like, things are not, quite right, you're not feeling quite right, in terms of, extreme headaches too often or chest pains, go check it out. It's just so many people, man, like they find out they had this or that and like, man, I was coping with it, for a while. I ain't know. I just didn't think it was gonna be nothing. I didn't think it was nothing. No, go to the doctor. Go to the doctor.
Well, G, like I said, I think that's a mic drop moment, man. I love that you're down here, and he's inspired me to continue rocking with these guys, man. Continue rocking with these guys, man. I do like these guys. They nostalgic, man. So this definitely gonna stay in my rotation, man. But I just want to say, man, I appreciate you, brother, for coming in, man. It's G, Gaulien Smith Jr., Mark Pace. Let's cut talk. We out.